Hi everyone, my name is Jocelyn Ma and today I'm going to teach you how to do number 5 on page 48. A motorist drives north for 35 minutes at 85 kilometers per hour and then stops for 15 minutes. He then continues north, traveling 130 kilometers in 2 hours. A. What is his total displacement? B. What is his average velocity? For every problem we do, it's really important that we first start out by drawing a picture. So in this problem, we have the motorist, and this is the road, and the motorist is traveling north, so let's just indicate that there. For the first 35 minutes, the motorist is traveling at 85 kilometers per hour, and then the motorist stops and takes a 15-minute break. He then continues north again for 2 hours, traveling 130 kilometers. Something really important to recognize in this problem is that for the first part of the trip, you're given the time and the speed, but for the second part, you're given the time and the distance. Now that we've finished creating our visual, we can continue on to answer the first part of the question, which is A, what is the total displacement? This question is basically asking how far or how much distance was covered by the motorist from his starting point. To do this, we're going to figure out how much distance was covered by the motorist in this first section and add that to how much distance the motorist covered in the second section. To figure out the distance traveled with this information, we're going to start out with 85 kilometers per hour and multiply that by the 35 minutes that were traveled in the speed. But because minutes and hours would not cancel, we would have to multiply this by 1 hour over 60 minutes. We're then going to input that into our calculator. And we get 49.583 kilometers. That means in this first section, the motorist traveled 49.583 kilometers. Because we are already given how many kilometers are traveled in the second section, we can simply just add this distance and this distance together to find the total displacement. So now we just input that into our calculator and we get 179.56 kilometers. The answer in the back of the book is 180 kilometers due to significant figures. Now that we've finished answering letter A, we'll continue on to answer letter B. Letter B asks, what is his average velocity? To find this, we're going to use this formula, which is average velocity equals total distance over total time. And for this problem, we'll be solving for that in kilometers over hours. We actually already solved for total distance in part A, which to remind you was 180 kilometers with sig figs or 179.56 kilometers without. So first we'll plug in our value in here for total distance. To find the total time, we're going to look back at our drawing from the beginning. From our drawing, we can see that it took 35 minutes for the motorist to drive this first section, and it took 2 hours to drive this second section. In between those two distances, the motorist also took a 15-minute break. First, we want to convert the 2 hours into minutes, and that's pretty simple. We know that that's 120 minutes. Now that we have everything in minutes, we can just write it under this area. So 35 minutes plus 120 minutes plus 15 minutes. We're now going to punch that into our calculator to find the answer. Make sure to put parentheses around the 35 and the 120 and the 15. We then get 1.056 kilometers per minute. While this average velocity is completely correct, we do want our final answer in kilometers per hour, so we are going to do another conversion. This time, to cancel the minutes, we'll multiply the whole thing by 60 minutes over 1 hour. Again, we will be punching this into our calculator, and get 63.36 kilometers per hour. The answer in the back of the book is actually 63.4 kilometers per hour due to sig figs, but our answer is completely correct as well. Thank you for watching, and I hope you no longer have trouble with number 5.